Well, yo. Man. Friday. What a day. I wasn't feeling well. I haven't been feeling well for a while, but Friday was the first time when I decided that I gotta do something different. Because whatever I've been doing hasn't been working. You know what I mean? Like, I've been trying so hard with learning new coping mechanisms, trying different things to try and like better my anxiety and, you know, slow down my emotions so that I can process better certain things. And nothing's worked. Like, the last year, my anxiety is basically the same, you know? My depression's gone, which is good because of Prozac. I'm much more optimistic, much more happy, much more everything in terms of like whatever depression was holding me back from. But now I have so much more anxiety because there's nothing to stabilize it. My depression was stabilizing it, sort of, you know what I mean? And so when I least expect it, I have anxiety attacks or a panic attack. And I've tried so many different coping mechanisms and different things that I've realized that not one thing is going to happen. Like, it takes different things at different times. Sometimes it's praying the rosary. Sometimes it's literally just curling up in a ball and begging Jesus to take it away. Sometimes it's just sobbing. Sometimes it's distracting myself, yeah. But ultimately, not one thing is the cure for it. So I had to figure out what exactly I really, what's really wrong, you know? Like, I have to get into what it is that's causing it, because there's something causing it. Now, I had a conversation with my doctor, you guys remember, and my doctor had suggested that maybe it's unresolved trauma. I wouldn't even know. Like, how would I know what if I have trauma that I don't even know I have, right? I told her, I said, I don't know if I have any trauma that, like, I had a pretty bad life. I told her I was serious, you know, I was like, but I don't know what would be considered trauma and what from my past could be bothering me, because I literally built walls, like so many walls that none of that bothers me. You know what I mean? As far as I know, unless anxiety is it breaking those walls. And the panic attacks are the sledgehammer that's breaking the walls to show me that I have trauma, right? That's possible. So I started like thinking about it after my appointment on Tuesday. And by Friday I was like, you know what? I wonder how somebody processes trauma or figure out if they have any, right? So I asked my very smart friend, Lydia, how would I process trauma I don't even know if I have? She said, first we have to determine if you have any. And I was like, well, how do I determine that? You know, like, I'm trying to figure this out. And she said, is there anything from your past that you've never told anyone? I was like, lots of things. like tons. And she's like, okay, we'll start with the most painful that you don't even want to discuss with anyone. Love you. So I said, okay, fine. Let's do this. I could only get through some of it. And I had to like take a break, Like I was like, that's enough for today. And then she's like, okay, let's process this. She's like, what made you feel like that? And I told her the experiences I was experiencing at the time and why I was thinking that way and feeling that way. And then she said, so you didn't know how to express your emotions and the feelings that you were feeling. You didn't understand how to map what was going on. You didn't even know what you needed, right? I'm like, yeah, I didn't know what I needed. She's like, honestly, I think what you needed was comfort. You just needed your mom or your dad, and it doesn't seem like they were equipped to comfort you. And I was like, well, it was more difficult than that because they've been through a lot of trauma themselves, like before I was born, right? And I'm not going to get into that. That's their business, okay? What I'm trying to say is there was some issues going on before I was born that caused them to react the way they did, which is why they never told us they loved us, why they never hugged us or kissed us, why there was no affection in the house. There was a prior situation before me that had nothing to do with me, okay? And I know that now, and it's much easier as a mature person to understand that there was circumstances beyond my control that I couldn't even go back and change. However, it does help me process some of the neglect, if you want to name it that, okay? In some respects it is neglect, because I really needed hugs. I really needed care. I really needed, to talk. And none of them wanted to talk to me. No one. So I had to figure out on my own how I'm going to heal parts of me that I didn't know were still injured. So I started the process by going into deep caverns of things that I buried. And it caused me to cry a lot. And I wasn't eating properly for a couple of days because of it, because I was feeling overwhelmed by the things I was remembering and the things that were coming up. And so I've been working with Lydia, and I decided if I'm going to heal, I got to heal myself properly. And the only way to do that is, how would I help someone else heal? Like if I was someone that was witnessing someone else's pain, okay? Like let's say one of my kids. How would I respond to them in their painful time? Well, I wouldn't scold them, I wouldn't judge them, I wouldn't shame them, and I wouldn't guilt them. You know what I mean? So I started there. I started, okay, no guilt, no shame, no judgment, no scolding myself. So I'm starting there. I'm not scolding myself, punishing myself, bad talking myself when I turn to something for help, like Ativan, I'm not shaming myself for taking it like I normally would. I'm also listening to my body when it says, sit, I need rest, I'm overwhelmed, I'm stressed. And how I've been noticing this in my body, I get a headache, my skin starts buzzing, like I don't know how to explain it other than it's like buzzing, like there's like a buzzing coming from it, a physical buzzing, not like a audio, but physical, buzzing. Not just that, but I feel super tired and overwhelmed. And Lydia told me that's my nervous system reacting to me being overstimulated, overloaded, overwhelmed. And when that happens, I need to slow down. And I said, okay. She said to me, the best thing for you to do is just to take it step by step and do a little bit of work here and there on your healing journey, not all at once, and don't push yourself. I told her that I have tendencies, though, that when I'm facing something that's very, very like deep, I kind of retreat and run away and make really bad decisions. And she said, what do you mean? I'm like jumping into a brand new business from home that I'm probably not going to be able to work properly because it's going to overwhelm me. And then she said, well, you know this about yourself. You like to escape. I'm like, yes. So how do I prevent that? So she said, channel that into something else. Creativity, writing, reading, playing Minecraft or something, right? And I was like, that's not a half bad idea, you know, like I'll crochet. So I ended up crocheting. And thinking up different things for the pattern I'm making currently, and getting creative with it, you know? Just amazing. Also, I've been writing, of course, because I journal. I like to journal my progress and stuff. So I'm calling this my soft girl with Christ era. I'm learning how to process trauma that I didn't know I had. Let me tell you something, okay? Some people really don't know what kind of trauma they have. Some people from a very young age develop what's known as walls, like brick walls or cement walls, or like very heavy walls that are very hard to break, okay? And these walls are a protective armor for the person, and it comes in all kinds of like shapes and sizes, okay? For instance, for me, I was always sharp-mouthed, really like, I'll just say that I could push anybody's buttons whenever I wanted, and it was my way of keeping them far away from me. And I had to do that, you know, like, nobody understands that it was such a difficult time growing up because I didn't have anyone to talk to about what was going on. I didn't have my family because there was lots of dysfunction there, and I don't want to embarrass my family by talking about too much of it, but there was a lot of dysfunction in our family, okay? Well, I did talk about it somewhat, like jokingly, but it was actually true. Alright, so let me see. How can I go about this delicately? My parents weren't young parents when they had us, okay? My dad was hitting 50 when I was born. My mother was hitting 30 when I was born. By the time I was a teenager, my mom was well into her 40s. And my dad was heading into his 60s. And in the Father's eyes above, I'm already dancing in his love. He was well into his 60s, actually. Anyway, so you know, they were old. So you can imagine they didn't know very much what to do with us, so and like I said, there was issues before I was born, so it kind of resulted in affectionate neglect. I didn't have emotional stability because there was no affection. I didn't even know how to be kind to anyone, nice, or anything like that, because I never had the example from my parents, you know what I mean? I had a very difficult childhood, adapting, surviving, and the only way that I could adapt and survive was to build these walls. So there's a lot of stuff I don't remember, a lot, but the stuff that I do remember, it's mostly things I've done that I regret, and things that I feel terrible about and wish I could change. And they haunt me. And some other things have been coming up too. So, in my healing journey, some things have been coming up. My eye is irritated for some reason. I hope I'm not getting pink eye. Baby, can you come here and see if I'm getting pink eye? No. I hurt. So I'm going slow, y'all. I'm taking this bit by bit. I have to do this though. It's time, I'm ready. I'm sure of it because otherwise I wouldn't have even started. And I want to do it right. I don't want to just do it halfway and then quit when it gets a little too hard for me. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure out a way that I can do this and remain happy at the same time, even though I know it's difficult to do such things. It's going to be difficult no matter what. If you really want to know, like, the whole thing is difficult. Like, how do I explain how difficult this has been for me? Okay, I'd like you guys to imagine something, okay, for a moment. You're walking down the street on a sidewalk. Okay? Safe, right? You're supposed to be safe on a sidewalk. But then but people on bicycles start coming, right? And you're like, oh no, what do? They need some room. So you start thinking about which way you're going to go. And then you have no time to think. And you move towards the street. Right? The curb. Now they get past you and you're at the curb, and then you get clipped by an oncoming vehicle. Knocks you down. You're in pain now. Not sure what to do with it. You get up and you start like walking on the sidewalk again, hoping that you'll be safe this time while you're heading to your destination, which is home. So you're walking home, and then an old person in a scooter starts coming, and they're in the middle of the sidewalk, not even attempting to give you any space, you know? And you're like, oh no, now I have to do it again. So you move to the curb so that they can get by, and you get clipped again by another vehicle, and it knocks you down. You're in so much pain. You're like, wow, how am I going to make it home like this? So you see a bench not too far away, so you start going towards the bench. And as you're going towards the bench, someone comes out of one of the shops that you were just standing in front of, and says, sit down, grabs you gently, sits you down, gives you some water, assesses you and says, I think you need help. And you say, oh, I'm fine. This is nothing. I've been through worse. And this person says, are you sure? And you say, yeah, I'm fine. So you get up and you start walking again towards your house. And then this time it's a bunch of young people walking, talking, and they're in a group, so they're all standing beside each other, walking and talking. And there is no space on the sidewalk for you at all. So this time you can't even like just move slightly to the curb. You're gonna have to stand on the street this time. So you do, so that they can go by. And then you get hit by a truck. And now you are very, very injured. Like, your legs are injured, your arms are injured. And it's quite noticeable that there's lots and lots of pain now, you know? But you get back up and you're like, I'm okay, I can keep going. But then you get close enough to that bench that you saw, and you're considering, should I sit and heal for a little while before continuing, or push on? And you might even argue with yourself, that's so selfish. Why would you want to sit when you need to get home? You can make it home. You're not that much pain. There's not that much pain going on. And you start judging yourself, shaming yourself, guilting yourself. Just keep going. Just a little while longer. Just a little more. And then you start trying to, like, you know, reason with yourself. Listen, my legs hurt, my back hurts, my arms hurt. I was clipped twice and now I was hit by a truck. I don't feel good. I'd like to just rest for a little bit. So you force yourself to sit and rest. And it doesn't feel right, you know, like you're like uncomfortable. You're like, oh, I shouldn't have did this. I should have just kept going. And so you get up and you keep going. Now you're still going. But this time there's little kids, like little kids, like 7, 8, 9, 10-year-olds on scooters, okay? They're coming down the sidewalk. And you're like, here we go again. So you move to the side, towards the curb, to let them through. And then as soon as they pass, a vehicle jumps the curb and hits you and you go flying. You roll on the ground, you're scraped up, you're pretty injured. Nobody comes to help you. Nobody comes to see if you're okay. You don't even know what to do. You're just begging God to take the pain away so you can just make it home. You eventually stand up and start walking towards your home again. And this time you're like, listen, I'm injured completely. It's not selfish to need to sit and tend to my wounds. It's not selfish. I refuse to shame myself and guilt myself and judge myself for needing help, for needing comfort, for needing healing. So, you sit on the next bench you find, and you start tending your wounds, little by little. And you start to, it's not easy. You start to get a little bit overwhelmed from the pain, tending to these wounds. But you also see that when you were tending to the smaller ones, they healed. And so now you're trying to move to the bigger ones that need more attention. And you're seeing how difficult it is to tend to bigger wounds, because it takes a lot more attention, a lot more care, a lot more time. And it's scary, it really is. But this analogy was my way of illustrating how difficult it is for me to process all of my pain and trauma. There's stuff I don't even know I have still. Like, I'm still trying to figure it all out, I know it's gonna take a while. I know that there's doors I haven't opened. I know that there's lots of different rooms that I have to go and declutter and work through. You know what I mean? I know. I'm so worried about it all, but I need to do it, you know? Not just that, but I believe it was today last year that my daddy ended up in the hospital with a heart attack. So I'm dealing with that too. On top of my healing journey, I'm dealing with grief. And my moon cycle. Just so much. And I'm doing my best, y'all. I'm doing my best. Trying to figure it all out, trying to deal with it all. And I'm just trying so hard not to drown in the middle of all of it. It's been difficult to process stuff and not judge myself, shame myself, and guilt myself. If you guys know, you know. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody has things in their past that they regret. But I never really considered, without Lydia like showing me, I never really considered that I wasn't the villain. It wasn't my fault. I did the best I could with the tools I had in my environment. And my coping mechanism was to be cold, strong, seemingly heartless, careless, selfish, you know, fend for myself, because that's the way I had to grow up. That's the way I felt I had to live to survive, you know. And if I had seen a child now somewhere in the world, okay, even around me, having the same kind of behaviors I had, I would recognize that there's some kind of brokenness in this person. And that they just need tender love and care. And so I'm trying to learn how to mother myself, mend the broken bones that I have, patch up the deep cuts by sewing them first and then tending them. And I begged God. I said, God, I can't do this alone. I'm not able to do this. I need your help, Lord. I need the strength to go forward in this, to keep pushing when I don't want to slow down when I want to run, to sit with whatever is needed to be sat with for a while so that I'm not rushing through it. Lord, I need wisdom and discernment. I need strength. I need grace. And I also said that I really want to heal this time. I want to get it done this time. I don't want to just do a little bit of work and then, forget and let it go because it's not working fast enough or whatever, because I'm impatient and I put myself to impossible standards. So literally, I just have to like stop with that, you know? So, right now, sorry, excuse me. I'm working on being gentle with myself. Having biblical, scriptural affirmations to say over myself. And really considering how much closer I need to draw to Jesus during this time rather than running from him and thinking that I'm not worthy. Okay.
When I was a little girl, I used to dream so wide of ballet shoes and music halls, of lights that touch the sky. The pennies were too few back then, the stage too far away. So I tucked those dreams inside my heart to bloom another day. What I wanted to be when I grew up might not look the same as the dream I held up. But Jesus smiles on the joy I keep in my living room where I twirl my feet. I may not make the big marquee, but in heaven's eyes I'm living free. So I want
Crazy.
to drink my cup for what I wanted to be
What?
when I grew up.
You did AI trailer.
What I wanted to be when I grew up. What I wanted to be when I grew up. Some kids dreamed of piano keys or flashing camera light. Some of being models tall, their gowns are perfect white. But social screens and tender grace can bring your dream to life. Not for fame or fortune's sake, but for God's delight. What I wanted to be when I grew up might not look the same as the dream I held up. But Jesus smiles on the joy I keep in my living room where I twirl my feet. I may not make the big marquee, but in heaven's eyes I'm living free. So I won't let sorrow drink my cup for what I wanted to be when I grew up.
Oh God.
Kids dream of piano keys, a flashing camera light. Some of being models tall, their gowns are perfect white. But social screens and tender grace can bring a dream to life. Not for fame or fortune's sake, but for God's delight. What I wanted to be when I grew up might not look the same as the dream I held up.
Oh.
But Jesus smiles on the joy I keep in my living room where I twirl my feet.
Oh.
I may not make the big marquee, but in heaven's eyes
Oh.
I'm living free. So I won't let sorrow drink
Oh my
cup
God.
for what I wanted to be when I grew up.
Did beat up.
When I grew up. Don't let the shadows steal your song. Little joys can still belong. Every step, each humble day is a stage where heaven says you made it anyway. If I don't lift my head and raise my cup for what I wanted to be when I grew up. When I grew up.
Maybe we're having a conversation.
When I grew up.
What in the world?
Wanted to be when I grew up still lives in my heart, still fills me up.
He has a beautiful voice.
And in the Father's eyes above, I'm already dancing in His love. So I'll lift my head and raise my cup for what I wanted to be when I grew up. When I grew up. When I grew up.
You can't cry. You wouldn't stop crying. Would you dare
What in the world? Parents are weird.
It is. Oh, wait,
When
is it
I
not
was a
AI?
little girl, I used to
Oh
dream so
God.
wide of ballet shoes and music halls, of lights that touch the sky. The pennies were too few back then, the stage too far away. So I tucked those dreams inside my heart. Bloom another day. What I wanted to be when I grew up might not look the same as the dream I held up. But Jesus smiles on the joy I keep in my living room where I twirl my feet. I may not make the big marquee, but in heaven's eyes I'm living free. So I won't let sorrow drink my cup for what I wanted to
Oh
be
God.
when I grew up. What I wanted to be when I grew up. When I wanted to
Oh
be
my
when I
God.
grew up. Some kids dream to piano keys or flashing camera light. Some of being models tall. Their gowns are perfect white. But social screens and
The
tender breasts
fuck?
can bring a dream to life. Not for fame or fortune's
I think
sake.
AI Sora is like freaking retarded.
To be when I grew up might not look the same as the dream I held up.
Wait, this is keeping it
Jesus
cute.
smiles
Oh,
on the joy I
no.
keep in my living room where I twirl my feet. I may not make the big marquee, but in heaven's eyes I'm living free. So I won't let sorrow drink my cup for what I wanted to be when I grew up. Some kids dream with piano keys, a flashing camera light. Some of being models tall, their gowns are perfect white. But social screens and tender grace can bring a dream to life. Not for fame or fortune's sake, but for God's delight. What I wanted to be when I grew up might not look the same as the dream I held up. But Jesus smiles on the joy I keep in my living room where I twirl my feet. I may not make the big marquee, but in heaven's eyes I'm living free. So I won't let sorrow drink my cup for what I wanted to be when I grew up. But I grew up.
Wow.
Don't let the shadows steal your song. Little joys can still belong. Every step, each humble day. It's a stage where heaven says you made it anyway.
I forgot what I was saying. Sorry guys. I have a really bad migraine today. But I hope you guys get the gist of what I was saying. You know, like, I need to be tender with myself and gentle with myself and not force myself and condemn myself and bully myself. And it's starting with the self-talk. If you really want to know where I'm starting with the self-talk. I'm starting with recognizing when I need to take care of me and not try to do everything and take care of everyone else when there's something wrong with me, you know? And fixing me and healing myself is only going to be better for my family, because technically I'm breaking a cycle. There was a huge cycle for generations in my family. And I'm pretty sure that there's a continuation in other parts of my family, but I refuse to let that be, so I want to change and break the cycle. And if that means that I have to be patient and persevere and endure things that are uncomfortable and painful, then I'm going to do that, because it's better than having another generation broken and not able to cope. You know what I mean? Like, they don't even know. I don't want them to ever know. I don't want my children to ever know what it's like to survive through multiple panic attacks, anxiety, and not know whether or not you're alive or dying. It's just, it's ridiculous. I want to live. So, if this is the only way through healing, then I'm gonna do it. I'm so glad Lydia's willing to help me. Not for fame or fortune's sake, but for God's delight. What I wanted to be when I grew up might not look the same as the dream I held up, but Jesus smiles on the joy I keep in my living room where I twirl my feet. I may not make the big marquee, but in heaven's eyes I'm so tired. So I won't let sorrow drink my cup for what I wanted to be when I grew up. When I grew up. Don't let the shadows steal your song. Little joys can still belong. Every step, each humble day. It's a stage where heaven says you made it anyway. Final lift my head and raise my cup for what I wanted to be when I grew up. When I grew up. When I grew up. Anyway, y'all, that's why I didn't get to do my live stream on Friday. Don't worry, I'll be back. Most likely it'll be this Friday, because the one that's coming up after. You know, I think, let me see. Friday the 7th, I will be going episode 4, okay? And on that day, I want to discuss things like grace. We'll discuss what's been going on and what I'm trying to do so that, you know, we can connect and learn from each other. And my head, it's pounding so bad. I haven't been able to have my glasses on all day because my head's pounding. So that means I haven't been able to read. Oh, y'all, if you only knew.
tender grace can bring a dream to life. Not for fame or fortune's sake, but for God's delight. What I wanted
Lord have
to be
mercy.
when I grew up might not look the same as the dream I held up. But Jesus smiles on the joy I keep in my living room where I twirl my feet. I may not make the big marquee, but in heaven's eyes
I'm sorry it took me so long.
so I won't let sorrow drink my cup for what I wanted to be when I grew up. When I grew up.
I'm not feeling too good right now.
Don't let the shadows steal your song. Little joys can still belong. Every
Anyway, I will see you on
it's a stage where heaven says you made it anyway. Final lift my
Monday's vlog,
what I
and
wanted to be when I grew up.
hope you have a wonderful weekend.
When I
And I hope that something I said today inspires something in you to be gentle with yourself and not push yourself too hard and not criticize yourself, judge yourself, guilt yourself, shame yourself. It's time to be gentle with ourselves, you know what I mean?
what I wanted to be
So,
when I grew up. Still
God
lives
bless, and
in
later for now, y'all. I'll
still
see you
feels
on
beyond.
Mondays.
And in the Father's eyes
Later for
above, I'm already
now.
dancing in His love.
Bye-bye.
So I'll lift my head and raise my cup for what I wanted to be when I grew up. When I grew up. When I grew up. When I was a little girl, I used to dream so wide of ballet shoes and music halls, of lights that touch the sky. The pennies were too few back then, the stage too far away. So I tucked those dreams inside my heart to bloom another day. What I wanted to be when I grew up might not look the same as the dream I held up. But Jesus smiles on the joy I keep in my living room where I twirl my feet. I may not make the big marquee, but in heaven's eyes I'm living free. So I won't let sorrow drink my cup for what I wanted to be when I grew up. Whoa, what I wanted to be when I grew up. When I wanted to be when I grew up. Some kids dreamed of piano keys or flashing camera light. Some of being models tall, their gowns are perfect white. But social screens and tender grace can bring a dream to life. Not for fame or fortune's sake, but for God's delight. What I wanted to be when I grew up might not look the same as the dream I held up. But Jesus smiles on the joy I keep in my living room where I twirl my feet. I may not make the big marquee, but in heaven's eyes I'm living free. So I won't let sorrow drink my cup for what I wanted to be when I grew up. Some kids dream of piano keys, a flashing camera light. Some of being models tall, their gowns are perfect white. But social screens and tender grace can bring a dream to life. Not for fame or fortune's sake, but for God's delight. What I wanted to be when I grew up might not look the same as the dream I held up. But Jesus smiles on the joy I keep in my living room where I twirl my feet. I may not make the big marquee, but in heaven's eyes I'm living free. So I won't let sorrow drink my cup for what I wanted to be when I grew up. When I grew up. Don't let the shadows steal your song. Little joys can still belong. Every step, each humble day. It's a stage where heaven says you made it anyway. Final lift my head and raise my cup for what I wanted to be when I grew up. When I grew up. What I wanted to be when I grew up still lives in my heart, still fills me up. And in the Father's eyes above, I'm already dancing in His